this piece you told me earlier is also based on that golden rectangle format, but it also has a landscape quality to it. So could you talk a little bit about this painting and also mention the texture? There's this texture there that is very apparent on the surface.
Yes. In 2013, I started this painting, and I finished it this past January. So it's technically finished in 2020, but I thought it was done in 2013, and it's one of those paintings where you look at it and you say something's missing, and little by little I just decided almost everything was missing. So it was time to get back to work on it. I use a lot of mixed media in my paintings, and it's not entirely obvious, but on this one, there's a material called coarse grog that ceramists use, and I painted my background color on this painting, which fades to kind of a earthy green to a desert pinkish tan, and then I covered the entire canvas with a thick coat of water-based polyurethane and sprinkled all over the surface this coarse grog. After which I applied another coat of the base color. So I had the grog now trapped between the polyurethane, the base color, and a new layer of color. And after that, I got a chalk line. And chalk is amazing. Chalk used to only be blue. But you go to the hardware store now and chalk comes in red, yellow, rust color, orange, and even black. So in this particular painting, what I started with was to pop a line of orange chalk all around this rectangle. And after that, went another layer of polyurethane, because if I painted on top of the chalk, it was just going to move. It was going to get disturbed and wouldn't have any clarity. So then after that was to mask off the border at the top and the two sides, leaving the border at the bottom exposed. And I used aerosol paint, rattle cans, to paint the sky surface. And then went back in with acrylic paint again to paint the landscape, intentionally adding too much water so the landscape would run off the picture at the lower section, more or less defining that this surface is on top of this surface, and not the other way around, or not painted separately butting up against each other. And then lastly was to pop the black lines, which represent high tension lines, and then polyurethane again on the whole thing. The title of the piece is 321 Into the Next Realm.